Hey friends, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing so well, and welcome back to another Work With Me video. If you guys watched my last Work With Me, I've made a lot of progress down here. This is the room that I was scared to show everyone because it was so messy and there's just so much going on. Today I'm taking pictures of all these pieces that I had put on hangers at the end of that video. And I also want to show you guys the progress I've made on the whole basement. This room used to have tons and tons of bags. I went through and donated so many things. And this side is where all of my inventory used to be stored. So I had all my shelves with tons of bins all labeled. Everything that I have in my reselling business was in here. And we've been working so hard this week to get our house ready for showing. And so we've moved down this amazing shelf that I used to have in my living room. And I'm still working on getting through a lot of the other stuff in this room, but it's really coming along. And we've been working so hard. And my husband has been helping. GU, my mother-in-law came. And so this room too looks completely different. We used to be having a lot of our inventory in here too. That closet still has inventory in it. I'm deciding if I'm going to take it to the storage unit or not. And then we also have some more storage for my system over there in those drawers. But yeah, I guess you're probably wondering where all the storage stuff is. We ended up having to get a storage unit, not only for my business, but also just for like our own boxes. So today we're going to be working together. I have some great topics to talk about, and I'm going to fill you in on what's going on as I do it. So I have some life updates with us trying to move, and then also, trying to sell our house and still running a business, and talking about the pros and cons for getting a storage unit versus trying to do everything from the house still, and if I'm going to do that in the future. But I also have some really interesting updates that have been happening with Poshmark. And so I definitely want to talk about that too, because Poshmark is my main reselling platform. And I know that a lot of people that watch my channel also resell on Poshmark. Even if they don't resell on Poshmark, hi Odie, say hi. Even if you don't resell on Poshmark, I still think it's helpful for you to know this information. So definitely stay tuned for that as well. But we're going to start off by just chatting a little bit about the progress I've made in the basement. And I have been so anxious about this whole basement and just doing all of this stuff that I have to do. Getting rid of so many things is hard, and also taking that loss on the business, but also just I had so many things that had accumulated from different thrift hauls for my YouTube channel. So I am so happy to be starting over with a better and a blanker slate. And I'm really working hard on getting through pictures of all these pieces so that I can sell them and not have to just donate them back, because I really do want to sell them. And that's my goal, right? So I'm really happy that I was able to make such progress, especially in this room, because this is the room that was really, really scary for me. But we've been going through our house, and we met with our realtor. Our house is officially on coming soon on all of the different websites. And so we are officially moving. There's no turning back now. We do live in Maryland right now. I live right outside of Baltimore area. And our plan is to move to Indianapolis area this summer. So if we did not have an exchange student, we do have an exchange student. Her name's GU, if you don't know her. She's from South Korea. She's planning on living with us again next year. She's going to a private school in Indianapolis. And so she's already been accepted, and we've been working behind the scenes on all of that. But so because we do have an exchange student, she is in school right now. So we need to stay in this house so that she can finish school until her school ends in June. So even though we would love to just move now, because we cannot just leave our poor GU stranded like that. So we're getting everything ready, and hopefully we're going to sell in May or June and then move to Indiana, stay with Jeremy's family for about a month while we're looking for a house. That is the best case scenario if everything goes well. But we are really, we're kind of hopeful about the situation. We already have, even though our house isn't actually on the market, we already have a showing scheduled, which is great. So we are really thinking that our house is going to sell pretty quickly. And then we are hoping to be able to buy pretty quickly. And that is, we have some wiggle room with buying, not as much with selling. So we need to get our selling done ASAP. So that is why you see me doing so much work in our basement. And give me a little angle change, Bekah. I love it. So that's what's been going on. But because we have so much to do in our house in order to get it ready for selling, and so many things to clear out, we got a storage unit. Now, storage units, at least where I live, are not exactly cheap. Maybe this is cheap for you, but I think our storage unit is like $165 a month, and that's without any of the other extra fees, like the admin fee and the insurance, and you have to buy their lock and all these things. So It has been a little bit expensive, but we've decided that it's going to be worth it to sell our house quickly, to not have all of my business in the basement, so that people can imagine this place instead of just seeing all of my clothing in bins. So we decided to take that kind of loss on just having to pay extra to store all of my business and still be able to sell. So I will be doing, maybe if you guys really want to see it, I'll show you guys maybe a little tour of my storage unit here in the near future. Everything is really organized and really set up well, and I'm planning to go there a few times a week to send out orders. I probably won't be sending out as frequently as I was before, but I will still be sending out orders because I do need to sell and make money while we're going through this very expensive time of moving across the country. We're going from Maryland to Indiana, and so that's a 10-hour drive usually, and we're going to have a U-Haul, and I'm going to have to probably get my dad out here. He does have a CDL license, so we're going to have him drive that U-Haul for us while we drive our cars. It's just a lot. There's a lot on the horizon, and if you've ever sold or moved, and you know how stressful that can be. So you are looking at I'm trying to maintain my composure, but it's a little, I think moving and buying a house and selling a house is very stressful. So I'm doing my best to work hard and get things done. But if you see a fewer videos in the next coming weeks, that's because not only are we moving, but 2 weeks before we're hoping to move, my sister is getting married as well in Indiana. So I'm going to be going back and forth quite a few times. You guys are going to see probably some videos when I'm in Indiana, because I'm going to have to try to keep up my filming schedule while also being in a wedding, planning her bachelorette party, and then also moving. So it's a lot. So give me some grace and some kindness, please. But so those are the major updates in my life and in the progress of my workspace. And so if you guys do want to see any more videos like this and more in-depth tours of my inventory system too, let me know, because I think that would be fun to share. But also, I want to talk about some changes that have been happening on Poshmark and some things that are, a little worrisome for me because, Poshmark is my main platform I sell on. I have been trying to move a lot of my main pieces over to eBay. I have 1,040 pieces listed on my Poshmark, and I think I'm at the point where I have maybe 300 listed on eBay. So I bought a store subscription, and I'm increasing my listings over there. It's just, again, with everything else going on, I don't have a lot of time, and I'm a one-woman show, so it's been quite the process. But because Poshmark is my main platform, it's always concerning when they make changes. They had an algorithm shift not too long ago, and that was horrible for business. But something that they're rolling out right now, which is very concerning to me, is this promoted listing feature. And I had heard nothing about this. Apparently, it is available to Poshmark level 2 ambassadors. But guys, I'm so worried about this because I know that some other places do this as well. You can promote your listing on eBay, and I know that a lot of people dislike this feature. But now that Poshmark is doing it, I am very concerned. So I didn't know that they were doing this. I was actually doing research for one of my brand videos. I was researching Anthropologie brands for my video that went out on Sunday. And as I was looking, I had typed in one of the Anthropologie brands that I was thinking about highlighting, which is Ella Moss. I typed in Ella Moss, and I actually took a screenshot because I was very confused when I was looking at my results, because the first 3 things weren't necessarily Ella Moss pieces, but they were something that said promoted in the bottom right, and that's the first time I had seen it. So I had been looking to see if Ella Moss was a good brand from Anthropologie to resell, and it came up with, I believe, a Sorel pair of shoes and a Theory piece, and then one Ella Moss piece in the promoted kind of listings at the very top. The first 3 were all promoted. So I'm very interested to see how this pans out and if people keep on using this feature, because I don't think it's very well attuned at this point for sure. But also, I know that some people might hate it when I give my opinions on these things. Some people really come for me in the comments. Guys, I'm not telling businesses how to do their business. I'm just giving you my opinion. And my opinion on this is that I do not like it. I think this is a bad idea for sellers. This is just another way to make some more money. Because I feel like if you are putting your pieces to sell on one of these platforms, that they are already taking a cut. Like Poshmark takes 20% of your selling price. So you're already losing some money to them. And then it's their job, if you're using their site to sell things, it is their job already to promote you. It's their job to market your pieces because you're using their site to sell your pieces and they get a cut of it. And I don't understand like the concept too of also paying them to promote your listings so that they can be seen higher than others. You should be able to, use the systems that are in place and then also use your wording really well, your titles and all these things really well to entice people to buy and have them, the company, do the marketing and promotion that you need for your items to get seen and to get eyes on it and to be bought. And I don't feel like you should have to pay extra to do that. I feel like that is crazy. We're already paying extra because Poshmark has all these weird sharing things. Like a lot of people have to use a sharer, a tool, a bot to share their listings because otherwise you can't keep up and you can't sell. So there's all these extra things that I don't like that Poshmark requires of you in order to make money off of their site. But I feel like we all win the more we sell, and they should be doing everything to make it possible for us all to thrive and to feel very happy and want to sell on their platform and not to leave. And I feel like some people probably are going to want to leave because of this. So I'm not sure. What are your guys' thoughts on promoted listings? I'm sure I'm opening a can of worms again and not even meaning to. I just don't like the idea of me having to pay somebody else to give my piece the attention it deserves. So I'm not really feeling it, but maybe you love it. Maybe you don't have very many items and you're like, yes, if I can just, sell those quickly, then I'm happy. For me, I have 1,000 pieces and I don't want to promote every single piece. There's no way that I feel like that will actually help me, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys really enjoy promoted listings and having to pay somebody to sell your piece. And so let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, but I would love one less thing to worry about right now personally, and I think that this could be another just kind of money grab coming from Poshmark of, oh, we feel like doing this and let's see how it works. I hope that it's nice and works out for most people, but I don't have a good feeling about it personally. So yeah, so I'm feeling a little worried about that, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I can look more into it and you can look more into it and hopefully it's okay, but I just think that's very interesting and something to be aware of on the horizon. Not only have I been seeing those promoted listings now when I'm searching for things at the top, the first 3 listings are promoted, but then also when you're scrolling, at least on my desktop, I haven't tried this on my phone yet, when you're scrolling, every 3 rows of clothes, there is now an ad on Poshmark, which did not happen before they were bought by Naver. So I'm sure that has been implemented. And that makes sense to me. I feel like, okay, they're making some more money from advertisers as well. It detracts a little bit from the experience, but if these are all changes that they're making so quickly after being bought by Naver, I feel like that is a little scary for the future, but there's nothing I can do about it again. But I do think that those are important changes to note, that there are advertisers, and that there are sponsorships now on the page every 3 rows, and then the first 3 listings are actually sponsored, which is a big change and one that was made without a lot of, foresight or knowledge or people telling us what was happening, which is not ideal. But so those are all the things that are going on. My life's a little crazy right now. Poshmark's a little crazy right now, but I'm glad to have you guys here so much while I'm going through all of these processes, this change, this moving. So thank you guys so much for being here today. I love you so much. Have a great day. Until the next one. Bye.